my name is Jana and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 126, the last one of the year. Welcome or welcome back. You can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits and on Ko-fi and Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories. How have you been? How is your December going? I'm a bit out of breath because this is like take 3. I was interrupted twice by a dog. I had to take her outside just before sitting down. Yeah, we had an emergency. This episode is more of a recap of my December for everyone, but especially for those of you who weren't watching Vlogmas. I will show you my knitting projects and one crochet project, everything that I have worked on during December. I hope I didn't. I have notes today. I hope I didn't forget anything. So let's start traditionally with what I'm wearing today. If you're a returning viewer, you have seen this outfit multiple times because I really enjoy it, especially during the cold season. I'm wearing a linen dress, nice one with pockets and long sleeves. This one is from the Linen Fox. And I'm wearing my Pinguono by Stephen West that I knit quite a few years ago. In all my favorite boring colors. No, just beautiful, beautiful neutrals. Okay, well, earrings, what am I wearing today? I'm wearing designed by Kieto, Finnish earring maker. Yeah, I forgot to mention that all the patterns that I talk about today will be in the description box down below, as always. So our December. How was our December? It was alright. Could have been better. Quite bumpy, a lot of sick days and sick people in the house, and it was a bit of a healthcare roller coaster, yeah. But we got through it in one piece, which is a success. So I'm still a bit congested from the stuff I had, but doing much better. I'm looking at my finished objects. I don't have all of them today, but I have. Funny story. I just had a knit night, and we were talking. I was saying, oh, I didn't finish anything in December, just one pair of socks. And today, when I sat down to do the notes, turns out it's a bit more than just one pair of socks. So I somehow have a partial memory loss regarding my finished objects. But okay, let's start with the festive knits. I finished my husband's elf hat. It has a temporary pom-pom because I promised him to make a yarn pom. Oh, he has pulled a strand already. It's been worn and loved a lot during this season. The color is not as bright as it seems. It's more like I don't know. I can't get the right color because it's very dark and gloomy day. I had to pull out ring lights, so the colors might be a bit off. But imagine beautiful Christmas red. Yeah. Still no pattern for these, but maybe one day when I have a bit of a moment, I sit down and write it down, the pattern. There is a video of a recipe on my Patreon where I tell how I'm knitting this, but it's not a full proper PDF pattern. I'm not a pattern designer. I just improvise with a lot of things, and sometimes I write them down. Yeah, when they turn out well, but this one I haven't yet. Oh, but hopefully I have a moment to do that. So I did my husband's hat. He has a very long tip and very big head. This is DK, this is DK Boucle, and yeah, nothing much to tell. And then I finished another hat, which I don't have right now. I re-knit Sophia's hat that I knit last year, but her head grew, her head grew, logically, obviously, and I had to rip it back and re-knit it in a bigger size. Luckily, I had the same yarn left. I found it from my scrap yarn jar, and yeah, I could make it bigger without changing yarn or anything. So that one, but she is wearing it right now. She's not at home. She's with my husband outside of the house, and she insists on wearing her elf hat because it's still December and she's still feeling festive. But you have seen the hat last year. It looks pretty much same, just bigger. So that's a festive finished object. I have another festive finished object that still hasn't been blocked because I haven't had time. I finished my Advent socks by the Cozy Knitter. Yeah, they turned out lovely. Somewhere in the middle of the process, I was doubting them for a moment, but no, they turned out great. I love them. I do love them. I had this little picot cuff there and shadow wrap heel, very mindless, and I don't know what kind of toe, some kind of Kitchener toe. Yeah, 24 stripes. And I finished them on Christmas Day. Couldn't finish them on Christmas Eve because busy with all kind of other things, but I finished them on Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve, I wore my last year's socks that I also enjoy very much. So that's another make of December. This year I tried not to overwhelm myself with all kind of Advent projects. I only had 2, which was very manageable amount, very small amounts of knitting, and I'm happy I did that because I wasn't stressed out and I actually finished things and almost finished things. But before I show you my other Advent project, I have one more finished object. Actually 2 more, but yeah. I did do a very quick gift knit for my mom because she has always wanted one of these, and I made her one of these. I made her a little neck warmer, also known as Dicky. It's been folded in a when I've wrapped it, it's been folded. If you see a line, that's the folding line. It's this little lovely thing. The pattern was good. I can absolutely recommend the pattern. The fit is great. The pattern is, I wrote it down, Note Rib Neck Solo by Le Knit. And should I try it on? I'll try. Now it's been blocked. It's even nicer. After blocking, I have hair, but there. Look how beautifully it sits. And if you have a coat over, it's lovely. I love the shoulder detail. Now I missed. I messed up my hair, but doesn't matter. It has this lovely shoulder bit, and the back is longer than the front, so you're all covered. You're all nice and cozy. My only modification was I didn't do tubular bind off because really didn't have brain capacity and like really couldn't care about it at that moment, and I actually don't like it that much on 2x2 ribbing. Maybe on 1x1 I would have done it, but I think this is good as it is, and my mom was very happy. She enjoyed it very much. The neck looks a bit short because she's much shorter than me, and it's customized to her measurements. She didn't know she was getting it, but I've knit a lot of things for her, so I know around how it should be. And then I have another project that I don't have with me because I already gave it, or actually returned it to the recipient. Earlier this year, my mother-in-law brought me her vintage, or actually antique doll from her childhood. She has a doll from her childhood. It has like soft handmade body and a plastic head, and the doll is very old and very fragile, and a long time ago she had these covers. The body is cotton, just white cotton stuffed with, I don't know with what, probably with cotton. I assume. Yeah, the time has got to it, so it has some holes, and it had knit socks that her mother, my husband's grandmother, made long time ago, but they are also disintegrating. So she asked me if I could make new covers for the arms and legs, that it would last, that it wouldn't fall apart. And I've been procrastinating on that project. I had it almost ready. I was missing one sock, and now I decided that before the year ends I have to do it, because it was on a tiny needles. It had to be tight that it would hold it together, and I don't know, I was struggling with the process on knitting on tiny needles, those tubes, but I managed. So the doll, I actually don't know her name, but yeah. So she got new arms and she got new legs, these very weirdly shaped socks, because it had to fit the existing leg, but it fits very nicely. I don't have it with me, but I will insert the picture of the dolly and her new improvements, new legs and new arms. So I hope, yeah, that will prolong her life for a bit more. Okay, now let's go to whips. If you hear some noise, that's my baby dog. She's behind the door and she wants in, but I can't let her because it will just turn into a licking section. Yeah, session. She's she's very excited always just to see me and to be around me still. Okay. Yes, I'm bringing it. This is my other Advent project, which is still a whip. It's a basic Sunburst pillow. Doesn't look like a pillow yet, but soon, by Nautical Crochet. Throughout December, I crocheted one Sunburst square a day. They are already arranged in the right order, I hope. I hope that I'm not gonna change my mind again, because I've been playing around with the order of these squares. I need to decide how to place them to make a pillow, the cushion cover, and sorry. I think I have finally made a decision. I rearranged them once again this morning, and now after we're done chatting, I will go and start joining them together. And then let's jump to the next project, which is in my new bag. That was a Christmas gift from lovely Daniela, and in her suitcase. Hi, Danny. And it's also my Christmas cast on. I cast it on Christmas Day, not on Christmas Eve, because again, didn't have time, didn't have the energy. But I'm actually almost done with it. I have so small amount left. I've been telling that I want a hood, a knitted hood for when I go out with the dog, but this one actually turned out nicer, and this one will be my nice city hood, and I will be casting on another hood for dog walks. This one is Bonbec by Atelier Emily. Look at the screen, do not listen to my pronunciation. And I'm almost done. It's this kind of red, not this kind of red. I'm knitting it with 2 yarns from my stash. One is my own hand-dyed, which is mohair merino sock base, which I was saving for another thing, but ended up using for this. And then is a girl silk mohair in color 32, which was a leftover from my chestnut dress. And I'm almost playing yarn chicken. I was getting stressed out. Will I have enough mohair? But luckily, I think I will. I had already plan B in my mind going, because I'm now on the last row of this I-cord casing, and then there will be an I-cord. In worst case, I was thinking I will start I-cord with 2 yarns, then the part that goes here will be just in 1 yarn, and then the end again with 2 yarns, but I don't think I need to do that. So it's a lovely hood. It's a bit of a A bit of a pixie, not really. I can't try it on now because because I'm here on a very short needle, but it's almost done. I need to finish the I-cord casing and then the I-cord and then wash and block, and I have a very nice hood. It turned out really lovely, and I think actually I'm gonna wear it with my white coat when I go to the city, and knit another hood for the dog walks. That's the plan. And it fits great. I tried it on and it's red. I don't know why. I felt like it needs to be red. When I looked at it, I imagined it only in red. I couldn't... No, beige would be nice as well, probably. But no, red. It had to be red. Very quick project. So today is 9th? So for 4 days, and I had another things in between. I had my mother-in-law's thing and I don't know, nothing else actually. I haven't been knitting as much as I really wanted, but that's okay. Okay, so what else? I have a little bit of dream knitting. I won't be showing any purchases and acquisitions because no yarn has come in during December, and I have a few gifts, but I will show them when I'm knitting something, or like it's books from them, or you have seen them during Vlogmas if you have watched Vlogmas, and if you haven't, then you will see them later. Okay. I have a little bit of dream knitting that maybe will be my New Year's cast on. I also can't wait to get back to all my older projects, but I just have to have this thing because, you know, I went to Knit 2 Purl 2 Knit and Crochet Festival in the Netherlands, and there I saw not one but two ladies wearing this gorgeous, like almost, it wasn't, I don't know, the pattern says it's a shawl, but it was like a poncho, this cardigan, like this glorious color work thing. I somehow, stupid me, didn't ask from them there, what is this pattern? So I was on a mission to find it. I was going through all the pictures and videos on Instagram from the festival and trying to find at least one of those ladies, and I saw one of them. I found one of them. And then reverse searched. Like, I tried to find who she is. She was tagged in somebody else's picture. There was a list of people. I went through all of them and through their Instagram to find the person who was wearing that glorious thing. And so I found her on Instagram. I went through her Instagram. I found a hashtag where it said what it is. And then I found the pattern on Ravelry, which said, it's a very long story. I apologize. I hope you're here for the long knitting stories. So I found the pattern on Ravelry, which said that the pattern is only sold as a part of a kit from this Dutch shop. So I clicked the link. Of course, the pattern is several years old. The kit is not available. And I was like, oh no, should I just write to the lady who owns the shop? Like, where can I get the pattern? Or should I write to the designer? Because I think they were two different people. But then the store was in Dutch, but I found a button to get it in English. And then I was like, ooh, patterns, like just patterns, single patterns. And I go through the patterns and it's there in that web store. It's in Dutch, but it says there that, okay, if you want it in English, just email me. So I bought the Dutch pattern. She sent me the English pattern. I was like, yes, mission accomplished. So the name of the pattern. The name of the pattern is, I need to read it because, Hindeloper shawl. I hope I'm saying it right. And the designer is Chris Knits. Yeah, with a Z. But I bought it from another store. I'll put it on a screen where I found the pattern. Original one is knit in woven felted tweed. Look at that. I'll put in the designer's the sample picture. It's this glorious thing, but I want to try and make it in Nutiden, because I have quite a collection of single plates, and then somewhere I have a bit more than this. Like I have maybe 3, because I think you need at least 1 color with a bigger amount, maybe 2. But I can substitute colors. I'm looking at my Nutiden stash there, and I was thinking it would be, I would like to make it in Nutiden, so I hope the gauge works out. If it's a bit larger, it doesn't matter. It's this oversized thing. It can be relaxed. So I need to try, do I hold it single or do I hold it double? So that's the only question at the moment. So I was thinking that would be an amazing New Year's cast on, something quite challenging that I could work on throughout the year. I could just start it and then work on it later on. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of New Year's, we don't have any special plans. Is this already like a knit in chat portion? I'm not sure. I have nothing to knit on. We don't have any special plans. We're just gonna be at home with the family, and just quiet, quiet, boring at home celebration. The one that's very, very dear to my heart. My kind of party. Eating something nice, drinking something nice, and knitting, and maybe watching some movies, and I don't know, whatever kids want to do. Okay, yeah. I'm not yet gonna wrap up my stats for the year because we still have a couple of days. I might finish something, you never know. Maybe a pillow. I'm doing this thing for I think 2 years already, when I'm writing yarn in and yarn out, like how much I brought in and how much I knit up. And so far, I think it was looking all right. I haven't yet done December, and I think I haven't yet done November. Didn't have time. But I will let you know in the beginning of the year, because I might still finish something. So then my plans for New Year, my New Year resolutions. No, I don't like that word, but what I would like to do knitting wise next year. Well, I would like still knit more from stash, because I have so many beautiful yarns in my stash. Then I still want to keep going. I think I sound like a broken record. I think it was like same last year. I'm not sure. I didn't watch I should go and rewatch the last episode. Did I have same plans? I would like to knit up more yarn than I bring in. I'm not on any kind of no buy. That's not realistic. I love buying yarn. It's a separate hobby. Yes, knitting yarn and buying yarn are 2 separate hobbies, and we should realize that. But yeah, so I just would like to knit up more than I bring in. And then I would like to finish at least, first I thought one long-term UFO, or actually we call them whips. They are always whips. Yes, but one from, there's a dresser in the far corner. It's already cracking a bit under the project bag. So if I finish one that has been on my needles for more than, let's say, 2 years, I will be very happy. And then I would like to again make more time for spinning. This year I did not spin as much as I wanted. Actually, very small amounts were spun up this year, which is kind of sad because, no, oh well. Next year we will try to do better. I'll try to find more time for spinning, because there is actually a project for which I need to spin up yarn. But we're not going to talk about it now. Okay, so what else? Yeah. Weather update? Ew. Wet, dark, gloomy. It's melting. Everything is melting outside, and it's very unusually warm December. We had nice snow for a couple of days, but then it turned into plus. It's been foggy. It's been very, very wet and slippery, very slippery. So not enjoying the weather, but more reasons to stay inside and knit. Our Christmas was very calm, just at home. I cooked a lot, and we did all kind of crafts with kids and built Legos and played games and watched movies. Just very nice Christmas at home. I hope New Year's is same. So I don't think I have anything else for you right now, except my New Year's wishes to you. So, Happy New Year. I'm gonna break tradition, my own tradition. I usually wish you a colorful and fun New Year, but, well, we live in times when a lot of us are getting anxious even thinking about the next year. I'm one of them. I don't even. So instead of colorful and I don't know, eventful, I wanna wish you a very calm, stable, and maybe even a bit boring next year. Because I think that's what we need right now. Because we don't need any big, massive changes, because we know they most likely are not going to be positive. So let's just try to have it stable. Because I'm very often just craving stability. Just when you feel like nothing is happening in your life, that's the good bit, when it's very stable. Yeah, so I'm wishing you that. And as always, I'm repeating my same wish from already several years ago. I hope the madness ends and the light wins over dark, and the dark goes to rot in their sad corner. Okay, but yes, I'm wishing you peace and calm and stable. Stable. Teeny bit of boring. We like boring things around here. Okay, I'm starting to lose my voice, so it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much to each and everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented, or maybe just quietly watching in your own corner. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next year with more knitting, with more projects, and with more chatter, with more knitting stories. So take care, stay warm, knit a lot, and Happy New Year. Heippa!